I'm Tereza from PotomacBeads.com and .eu. Today we'll be working on my Iris Halo Bracelet, which is a quick Peyote project. So gather the beads and we will start working. Today we will be making a bracelet with IrisDuo Beads, Halo SuperDuo and SuperDuo beads. So I'm working with the Wildfire. I have quite a long thread and we will start with putting on a stop bead. So I'm sliding the stop bead, but I'm leaving quite a long tail to be sure, like 30 centimeters, so that I can use that tail later to add the clasp. So leave longer tail and put stop bead on. Then take one IrisDuo, check the holes because it's a 2-hole bead. Then we have the Halo SuperDuo and the SuperDuo. For me, like the easiest way to pick it up is to actually put the SuperDuo inside and take it on from the bead mat, because in such way the holes are aligned and it's easier. So now the SuperDuo is sitting like this. Put on another IrisDuo. Now the empty holes of IrisDuo beads are pointing up and the empty hole of the SuperDuo is pointing down. Now pick 4 15-0 seed beads. I'm using Miyuki galvanized gold and go to the upper hole of the IrisDuo. The beads will line on the side. Now prepare another pair of SuperDuo and the Halo SuperDuo. Put it on your needle. Set it between the IrisDuos and go to the first IrisDuo, to the second hole, and pull. So now you should have something like this. Now we have to add the seed beads on the other IrisDuo, so we will go a bit back. I'm adding on 4 15-0s and going back to the first hole of the IrisDuo. Now pull and go back to the second hole, going also through the first 15-0 like this. So your thread is now coming out of the 15-0, the first one. Now pick a rondelle 2x3 millimeter, 1 15-0 and another IrisDuo, checking the holes, and then go through the upper hole of this SuperDuo and the Halo SuperDuo to the other side. There, pick another IrisDuo. You always want to have the puffed side up, don't you forget about that. And now we need to add the rondelle also here. So pick 1 seed bead, 1 rondelle, and then go through the first or the last maybe 15-0 here on this IrisDuo, also through the IrisDuo, the Halo SuperDuo and the SuperDuo inside, like that. And now we need to get back here. So I'm going back through the Halo and the SuperDuo. Don't forget to pull quite a lot so there's minimum thread showing between the beads, and then go out through the IrisDuo and the 15-0 next to the rondelle. And this is it, going just right like this around the whole thing. So you will always have 4 seed beads on the side of the IrisDuo. So I have already 1 here, so I'm picking 3 more and going through the upper hole of the IrisDuo, getting ready another halo and SuperDuo, and go through the IrisDuo on the other side. There you again want to add the seed beads. You already have 1 there, so I'm picking 3 and going through the 1 I already have and the IrisDuo, and going back to the outside through the IrisDuo and the first 15-0. Now it's time again for the rondelle. So pick a rondelle, 15-0 seed bead, prepare IrisDuo, check the holes, go through the IrisDuo to the other side and through the SuperDuo and halo, pick IrisDuo, seed bead, a rondelle, and now we have to do the circle again. So I'm going through the 15-0, the IrisDuo, and also through the halo and the SuperDuo, and that's just because we want the thread to be as invisible as possible, and that means it will lie on this side of the halo. And then go back through the upper hole, the just edit IrisDuo and the seed bead. And now I will get back to the other side, adding 3 seed beads, halo SuperDuo, going through the IrisDuo here, 3 seed beads here, and going like this until you reach the length you need of the bracelet, and then on the ends we will add the clasp. When you reach the length you need, finish up so that your thread is coming out of the IrisDuo and you have all the beads on both sides, and the SuperDuo and the halo SuperDuo is sticking out like this. Now put on your thread 5 15-0s, and we will be adding first half of the clasp. We will be using a button, and with those 5 15-0s go to the halo and SuperDuo. Now pick 4 Miyuki seed beads. They will sit along the halo, and now we need to add there the button. So put 4 more 15-0s, go through the button, add 3 15-0s, go through the second hole, pick 2 15-0, and now skip the first 2 15-0s because they are for only the other side of the button. Go through the 2 next 15-0s. Now pull and try have 0 gaps between the beads, and now add 4 more 15-0s. So now that the back side looks like this, and go again through the SuperDuo and the halo from the original side, so that the beads envelop the halo. Now add 5 seed beads and go through the IrisDuo. Now what we want to do is to possibly connect the beads and go once more through the cup button. So I'm going through the Halo SuperDuo and the IrisDuo to the other side. And now I'm going through 4 of the 5 seed beads we added. Skipping the 5th one, but I'm going through the seed beads that go around the halo and also through the seed beads underneath the cup button. Might get a bit tricky, but trying. And through the cup button, just to be sure once more that you reinforce the path. And now, because it's super difficult to get through the 3 seed beads, so skip them and just go through the second hole and pull, and the thread will hide underneath them. And now go through the second pair and to the other side. And here skip the first bead out of those 5 and go only through the 4 of them, and that's it. Now I need to knot off the thread, cut the thread and move over to the other side. On the other side, I took down the stop bead, which was in here. There I did the same like on the other side. I put on 5 seed beads and went through the halo. Now instead of only 4, I put on 40 15-ohs, and we will make a circle, a loop for the cup button. So find the 5th bead here on the beginning, in the beginning, and go through the bead so that you create a loop and pull. You can test it if it goes over your cup button. And now put on 4 seed beads and go through the halo and SuperDuo to the other side. Here again put on 5 15-ohs and go through the IrisDuo and through the Halo, SuperDuo and IrisDuo to the other side. And now I want to go through everything for the second time again, so I'm going through the first 4 beads out of the 5, like on the other side. Now I'm skipping this one, which is close to the halo, and I'm going up through the 4 seed beads alongside the halo and the whole loop. Just to reinforce it again. I'm using the tail, which we left there in the beginning, so 30 centimeters was enough. And then go again through this 15-oh here at the crossing, through the 4 seed beads alongside the halo, skip the first out of the 5 beads which is next to the halo again, and go only through the 4 beads and pull. Tie a knot, cut the thread, and the bracelet is finished.